This book, then, is a sequence of tales of the cryptoreligious, tales of art, faith, sex, and controversy at the beginning of our cultural present. Andy Warhol creates 100 works based on Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, attracting Jean-Michel Basquiat and Keith Haring as disciples. William Kennedy and Toni Morrison each make a cemetery the setting-off point for magic realism imbued with religious motifs. Leonard Cohen retreats to a Manhattan hotel room and writes the sacred song that will reinvigorate his career. Patti Smith leaves the music business in a religious crisis and returns just as Robert Mapplethorpe draws scrutiny for photographs that blend sadomasochistic themes and satanic imagery. Wim Wenders takes an angel's eye view of divided Berlin. U2 complicate the devotion of their early records through a collaboration with Brian Eno and plunge into American roots music. The Neville brothers deepen their work's always-present connections to the sacred traditions of New Orleans. Madonna and Prince mix carnal and spiritual desire in videos that define the first decade of MTV. All the while, Martin Scorsese is at work on The Last Temptation of Christ, answering a call to make a personal picture about Jesus that he has felt since his boyhood. Many of those stories are familiar in outline, from the recollections of the artists themselves and through the work of an extraordinary cohort of biographers and critics. Presenting them here as episodes in a single story gives emphasis to a shared outlook and common themes. Greil Marcus's approach is a kind of model. With Mystery Train, his work of narrative portraiture about early rock and roll, Marcus sought a recognition of unities in the American imagination that already exist. With Lipstick Traces, he followed the traces of the creative nihilism that crested when Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols sang that he was the Antichrist on Anarchy in the UK. At its strongest, the secret chord that resounds in the arts of the 1980s is akin to those unities, a crypto-religious theater of voices, and the stories of the work and the people who made it trace a kind of secret history. The Last Supper, in the Christian scheme of things, is both an end and a beginning. The end of Jesus' time with his disciples, and the beginning of the religion established with the breaking of bread and the pouring out of wine. The early 80s were both an end and a beginning, at least where the place of religion in American life is concerned. The long 60s were ending, and the unsettled relationships among beliefs, institutions, and society that define the present moment were beginning to make themselves felt.